Hi, I'm going to show you some of the annotation features that are available on YouTube by annotating a YouTube video. So I'm logged into YouTube and I click this little arrow next to my username up at the top and go to Video Manager, and I'm going to see a list of all of the videos that I've already uploaded, and I'm working with this first video, the TechWeek sample video. So I click Edit, which will take me to the editing screen. My video is in the middle here, and I'm right now on just the basic information screen, so I can see the title of my video and I can see the description that I entered when I uploaded it. These can be changed right now. I can also change the privacy settings. So right now this is set to private. I'm going to make it public so that if anybody wants to see it, they can. And there's options to share to social networking. I can also assign this to a category. Previous videos that I've uploaded were in the education category, so this one went into education by default, but I can open that up and select the appropriate category. I can also add additional tags. It's automatically tagged Screencast-O-Matic because that's the technology I used. I could also tag this with TechWeek 2013 or whatever tags I want to add, RVCC, etc. So I'm going to save my changes that I've made here so that I can move on to do some other editing. Now, up at the top of this screen, you're going to see additional options. So right now we're in the info and settings. Enhancements is going to give us options to change the color of the video. You can rotate your video. So I've made videos from my cell phone and they are the wrong orientation once they're uploaded because of the way they were taken on the phone. This will allow you to rotate those videos so that they are the correct orientation. And you can trim your video from here. So I kind of messed up the beginning of this video that I made. I can use this little slider to change where it starts, and I actually want to start my video from within Web Study, and if I didn't like the ending I could change the ending as well. And once I've done that, I click done and it's going to trim my video, or if you've made your video too long you could make it shorter. Some of the additional features in here allow you to blur out faces, so if you have people in your video that you don't want to be recognized, you can use that tool. You can always revert to the original if you mess something up so that you can start over again. And you want to make sure that you save anytime you make changes. This is telling me that the changes might take a little while, but while it's rendering those changes, I can continue to edit this video and make other changes. I can do that by going to the annotations option from here. So this basically just took me back into the editing screen, but now I'm in the annotations option, and this is probably where you'll spend most of your time editing your video. So you're going to see your video at the top of the screen. There's going to be a timeline at the bottom, which is where your annotations will appear, and I'll just give you some examples of the kinds of annotations you can add in. We can put in speech bubbles, which have a little arrow here. It's kind of hard to see. They've changed it recently. And you can add text into this to point your reader to something specific, or if you have actual people in your videos, you can make little speech bubbles coming out of their mouths. And you'll see it appears on the timeline. I can make this as long as I want or as short as I want. I can also move my little head down here and add another annotation farther along. If I put in a note, it looks very similar, except that there's no little arrow indicating for the speech bubble. This is a great tool. So I've added a note, and I can change the background of this note. Right now it's transparent, so it'll just sit on top of the video, but I can make it whatever color I want, and I can change the font so that it works with the color I've set. I can also change the font size from here. If I want to add a title to the beginning of my video, I can go back to the beginning and add in a title. This will be in enormous font. Spell video correctly, and I can make it smaller if I so choose, or I can make it bigger, and I can change the color as well. These can also be dragged around the screen to put them wherever you want, and the box itself resized if I wanted to take up the whole screen here. Spotlights are places you'll point out on your video that text will appear when your viewer scrolls their mouse over it. So if I put RVCC logo here, a little box will appear around the RVCC logo, but this text will only appear if somebody actually scrolls their mouse over it. And again, I can change the color that that little box appears. And I'm just going to move down my timeline a little further. And label is the same kind of thing. So it creates a box. I'm going to change the color so it's a little more visible. And labels whatever part of the video you want it to label. So those are just some of the features we're going to look at today, in addition to many more, but I wanted to give you a little sneak peek of what you'll see. We'll save when we're finished and publish, and then your video is live.